Okay. How's this going? Okay. Can you see me now? Can everybody see me now? Yes. So sorry, this is not a techie guy, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I apologize, yeah. So I'm still learning what's the best way to do this, and I'm still learning, like, how am I going to sort of like rework on my teaching over internet, which I am, at this very moment, I simply doesn't have a lot of idea. To be frank with you, yeah, I don't really know exactly what is the best way to teach over internet, but I assure you that I will learn, and I will try my very best to help you to resume your practice and to share as much knowledge as possible, or what I've understood about yoga. Why it has taken me such a long time to actually come online to speak to everybody? Well, because I was thinking that this is going to go away in 1 or 2 months time, and really, if it is going to be such a short span of time, so I was thinking that everybody should just do their own practice and have a good time to take care of ourselves, and I was not really thinking or planning, in fact, to come onto internet or to Facebook or to have Zoom meetings, which is a little bit mind-boggling for me, yeah. But because Singapore has a very gradual lockdown, and it has taken us like about 2 months to come into a complete lockdown, and then we are heading for the 3rd month, and then we are only going to be maybe, yeah. So yesterday's Prime Minister announcement is a gradual opening by the 1st of June, and we don't really know what does it mean by a gradual opening. But essentially, I do feel that yoga studios and dance studios and gym will be probably the last priority to ever get opened. So looking at this long time frame, which could last for about 5 to 6 months, and I was discussing with a couple of people. There has been a lot of requests to teach online, and I have no idea how I'm going to do that. So, but then, looking at like this is not going to go away anytime soon, then there is a need for me to readjust the way that I'm going to teach. Therefore, I've decided to give an attempt, and try my best. As I said, I really no idea how am I going to actually be able to teach effectively over a camera that is so small, at the moment. And well, thank you very much for joining, and thank you so much for coming on board. Yeah. So I think this is such a long time of self-reflection and going through so many of different phases of emotion. I don't think I'm the only person that feels that way, So emotion went up and down, yeah. So I've gone through like a stage of just going into maybe I would say a very slight depression, where because everything is locked down, everything is closed down, and you can't go out, like it's a little bit heavy on the inside, and I felt like I'm so being isolated. So I've gone through that as well, and then I've come out of that, and going through different scenarios on my head, like, am I going to teach again? Am I not going to teach again? When is it that I'm going to teach again? And all the financial sort of burden, and going through at the back of my head, and getting into that state of negativity. So I don't think I'm the only one, and everybody at this moment has their own fear. They sort of, they are going through a phase in their life of uncertainty. And I think especially for people like us who they are depending financially on our teaching, and we don't really know how to move ahead with this time at this very moment. So the important thing here is to be able to stay focused on the practice itself. And I think both, it has helped me on the spiritual practice, the meditation, and all the mantras that was given, and as well as the doing my yoga in the morning and qigong in the afternoon. There is a period of time where I totally don't feel like moving. I don't feel like I want to do anything. I just watch the news, and I'm not really eating a lot. So I cut back a lot on my food. And I really in that days, like what is going to happen to this world, Then I just switch, I buck up myself and I say, okay, if this is going to take such a long time, then okay, let's really rework on internal, on ourselves. And so this is where I am at the moment, that I'm practicing twice a day, morning yoga, afternoon qigong, tai chi, and then in between I'm doing my prayers and my meditation. So it's so important that we reflect on why this has happened to the whole world. And I think it's so important that you look at who are the ones that have died during this incidents. So it's a long reflection. It's a lot to reflect upon. We are all aging, including myself. Even though I don't want to admit that I'm aging, as many of you would have known, I'm anti-aging. But the reality is that we are all aging. But who has really not been able to go through this pandemic? So you all know, you all get the news. As we age, the immune system is going to go down, and who is the one that is going to be most vulnerable to this? And we also know something about virus. Maybe some of you have not really come into a close understanding, or you might not be able to differentiate between virus and bacteria. So now we know how terrible viruses can be. I mean, bacterial, at this moment, we have one of the strongest drug, which is penicillin. So if it is a bacteria, we do have a solution for it. Now, by now, everybody should already know, virus, there is no solution for virus, And virus really is all about how we take care of ourselves, which means that now we are placing, we have to come into this understanding that we must be responsible for our health. And health investment is the highest priority as we all age. How are we going to really know and understand the function and the mechanics of this body, and to continue to improve and work in a healthy way. Yeah, so viruses, the only way to overcome it is that you have a strong defense system. Yeah, so Chinese medicine say that there is two kind of defense system, one external and one internal. Yeah, and of course, you might have heard me talking about the three yin functions, yeah, in this body, which in our practice we focuses a lot. One is digestion, second is detox, and third is sleep. Yeah, they are known as the three yin functions of the body because these three functions is about consolidation and grounding of energy. Yeah, so that's why we say that these are the three key yin functions. And digestion is one of the most important aspect of internal defense. Yeah, so in another way to look at this is that how are you going to defend or fight viruses? Yeah, so in nature viruses is everywhere, so we can't really stop virus. Yeah, there's no way, and viruses keep mutating, so the only way to get a good defense is actually in our digestive system. Yeah, so this is a good time to really reflect on what are we eating. If at this moment of this kind of pandemic and we are still eating junks, we still do not really want to direct our energy in learning of a good diet and looking at how is it that we source our food and making sure that these food are pesticides free, yeah, then it is very difficult for us to actually regain our health. Yeah, so yeah, of course externally you can always defend yourself with mask, hand sanitizer and all that, but anything that really if you come in contact with that is going to defend you is from the inside. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the outside. Yeah, so it is so important that I hope everybody can take a moment during this time to examine on looking at a more plant-based diet, or if you already have this idea that you wanted to be more vegetarian, so I say please think about going into a complete plant-based diet during this time, during this moment, yeah, which is very important. Yeah, then think about your sleep pattern, because it's also very important that given this lockdown period, what else can you do? Yeah, so don't try to fight your body from sleeping. Yeah, let your body rest. Yeah, so allow your body to come into a complete rest. And also it's so important that you wake up early. Yeah, you rest early and you wake up early, and the first thing you remind yourself is to move this body. Yeah, to move this body. Yeah, so you really want to take the advantage of this lockdown that when you come out of this time, that you are going to be much stronger. Yeah, because there are so much fear out there at this moment about, am I going to get COVID? And I'm telling everybody, we probably, those that did not have COVID probably will not die of COVID, but die of boredom. Yeah, die of the fact that we are all locked down in this way, right? Yeah. So the important thing about whether you are going to be affected by the virus is your immunity, is how strong your immune system is. Yeah, so food is one thing, so I highly encourage you to look into that. And the other thing is water. Yeah, so it's so important that you are also drinking crystal clear water, like what I'm doing. You know, I'm holding on to this lapis lazuli crystal water bottle, and I'm filling it up every time, and I want to actually have water that is clean, yeah, and that is energized. Yeah, so I probably will not be doing things like that if not given the lockdown period. Yeah, like get a crystal water bottle and pour water into my crystal water. I probably will not bother, you know, I will not bother doing stuff like that. But given this time, you know, what I'm asking myself is that how is it that I can fully take advantage of this downtime, yeah, to make sure that, you know, everything is going to come on much more impactful for my body. And when I go out again, you know, after this lockdown period, I'm going to be like 10 times more fantastic. Yeah, so in a way, I'm not thinking whether I will get COVID, but in fact, I'm thinking that, you know, I'm going to become so much stronger, yeah, after this downtime. So the next thing that I really want to let you know is that, you know, there is a plan that I'm coming into Zoom meeting to organize Zoom meeting, and I think Ting Lan has already sent out to most of you to share with you the beginner's practice. I think given that there is very little technical things because of the subtlety of the yin movement as we proceed into higher levels, yeah. So the advanced practitioner will have to wait for some time, yeah, because I'm still trying to understand how to use teaching tools like the internet, yeah. And because the practice is going to be more and more subtle as you advance, so there is it's not possible for me to do any advanced practice with you at this moment. But we're going to start with a basic practice over Zoom meeting. Yeah. So there is also plan for lectures, yeah, on the basic understanding of Yin Yoga, where it comes from, where it originates. And of course, you already know, my Yin is inspired by Taoist practices, is inspired by Chinese martial arts, Qigong and Tai Chi, you know. So there is a blend of that, yeah. And in some of these sessions, we will show you how the Yin and the Qigong Tai Chi can actually come together. And therefore, we want to begin everybody with a strong foundation. We do welcome new practitioners who have never done my workshops, and they are welcome to come into the Zoom meeting and to also look at some of the stuff and join us, you know. And as I said, you know, I try, you know, to keep it as professional as I can, as if you are in a live class, yeah. And I will improve on my lightings, and, you know, and I will improve on whatever that I thought that is missing, you know, in terms of the cameras and stuff like that. And hopefully, you know, I improve and gain more confidence teaching over internet. So that I promise to do, yeah, but you need to give me time. So as I said, I'm not really a techie person, so I don't know if I can quickly turn things around, but I try my best, yeah. But we are also going to share something over like that, like Facebook Live. So what I intend to do is to share some information and share some short practices, you know, with you over Facebook, and then there is also opportunity for Zoom meeting. Yeah. So today, yeah, okay, since everybody come in, I just want to again share with you. If you have heard this, again, is a good reminder, that I think we said 3 things about yin function, yeah, digestion, detox, and sleep, yeah. So if you really have a good sleep last night, how to actually help your body to detox first thing when you wake up, yeah. So I think it's also important, because if you detox well, the energy also, when you clear the yin, the Chinese say, when you clear the yin, yang naturally rise, yeah. So we again have this method of where we take a lime, yeah. So this is the kind of lime size that I have daily, yeah. And you cut it and you squeeze the juice out of it, and then you take lemon salt. Okay, so this is nighttime roasting bamboo salt, yeah. So this, we can get this in Singapore, is made in Korea, yeah. So it has a teaspoon like that inside, and this is about 1.5 gram, yeah. So just barely filling up to the brim of this spoon, yeah. So about 1 gram of salt, yeah, or bamboo salt, yeah, and then 1 gram of this nighttime roasting bamboo salt, and then 1 lime, yeah, 1 lime, and about 200 cc of water, yeah. So 1 standard cup of water, warm water. Mix them and drink it slowly, over small mouthful, little bit by little bit. But if you have a straw, you can use a straw, and then you drink slowly and finish it, yeah. So the Chinese say that the sour taste, yeah, it will produces fluid, it will improve, yeah, the hydration of the body, because the sour taste produces the yin fluid within the system itself, yeah. At the same time, once you have citrus into the gut, yeah, so the squeezing and releasing action we call peristalsis, yeah, it starts to move the gut, yeah. So you might have an urge to go to the bowel, yeah, which is good, yeah, because this actually is part of an efficient process for you to detox, yeah. And at the same time, we have this sour taste that corresponds with the liver, yeah. So the liver, and the liver is stimulated by the sour taste. So once you have lemon juice going into the body, it wakes up the functions of the liver. Now salt, yeah, especially bamboo salt, yeah, which is highly detoxing, and we are using 9 times roasting bamboo salt. So it has a little bit of the bamboo carbon that is together with the salt. So you might already know that this carbon, it actually is a detoxing agent, yeah. And together with salt, yeah. So salt actually pushes down the energy, yeah. It drives the energy down to the large intestine, so it helps the bowel movement, okay. At the same time, Chinese medicine is saying that the salt actually acts on the kidney, yeah. So once the body receives the salt, yeah, it wakes up the kidney function, yeah. So if you do this in the morning, you wake up both the kidney as well as the liver, yeah. So they are very important to the whole of this pushing out yang in the body itself in the morning. Yeah. So once you clear through the bowel, then the light energy will come back as a form of yang, yeah, within the body itself. Yeah. So I just want to remind you, if you have not gotten your lime and bamboo salt, please do so. Yeah. And I think the moving forward, yeah, you can expect more of this kind of live broadcast, or something that I video and record and share it over Facebook. Yeah. And at the same time, wait for Ting Lan to come back to you on the schedule for the Zoom meeting. Yeah. So that's all I have for you today. Yeah, to give you an update of where I am at this moment. Thank you very much for coming in, and I do look forward in seeing you again very soon, either here on Facebook or coming on live with me at the Zoom meeting. Yeah. Thank you. Namaste.